On the rundown for today's Philadelphia Eagles now, could the Birds trade for Justin Fields for him to be the backup to Jalen Hurts? Also, a lot of rumblings behind Howie Roseman, maybe investing into a linebacker. It looks as though the Devin White interest could be real. Before we talk about all of that, we're going to be going live for the third day in a row. Eagles Now free agency special, getting underway 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Pacific. That'll be an hour before the official new league year begins. Don't miss it. Hit that bell icon, turn on those notifications, and subscribe. Therefore, when we go live, whenever we publish a show, you'll be notified. I love sleep. You love sleep. If you want to improve your sleep, do it with 8 Sleep. $200 off the pod cover, free shipping as well. Only if you use that link down below, 8sleep.com/chatsports. Lot of buzz, lot of rumors, lot of rumblings around the Philadelphia Eagles on this beautiful Wednesday. Appreciate everybody for hanging out here with us on Eagles Now. I'm Chase Sr., and let's begin with some of this chatter around Justin Fields maybe getting traded to the Eagles so that he could be QB2 for the Birds. James Palmer tweeted this out. Interesting nugget from Daniel Jeremiah on the NFL Network. If the price drops dramatically, would the Eagles be interested in Justin Fields as a dynamic athletic backup to Jalen Hurts? Keep in mind that Daniel Jeremiah, longtime scout, front office executive. He actually worked for the Philadelphia Eagles back in the day. And that idea is pretty attracting for a couple of reasons that we'll get to here in just a moment. And then Rich Eisen, NFL Network, or NFL Insider, I should say, Albert Breer, chopping it up on the Rich Eisen show. And they have a little bit of a conversation where Rich starts things off and says, give me a team that might be willing to send a third-day draft pick right now to the Chicago Bears in exchange for Justin Fields. Albert Breer didn't pause, said the Eagles. And then Benjamin Albright, NFL Insider, would not be surprised if Justin Fields winds up as a backup with the Colts and Shane Steichen or the Eagles. Several teams that were being reported were never in play. And the market has been incredibly thin on him as the Chicago Bears have shopped him for a few weeks. I was just at the NFL Scouting Combine in Indianapolis, and it's basically a job conference, and it's a networking event for every type of person who covers the National Football League or is involved in the NFL. You have an opportunity to talk with NFL insiders, to front office executives, to coaches, to people looking for jobs, to people who are tapped in to NFL circles. And what I heard at the Combine specifically, the Bears want to draft USC quarterback Caleb Williams. I think that's the right play. I think that he has the edge as the top quarterback in this class, slightly above Drake May and Jaden Daniels. I think it's closer than what a lot of people think. If the Bears don't draft Caleb Williams, they deserve to be a losing organization for the next decade. You reset the quarterback clock. Justin Fields is entering year 4. So if you exercise his 5th-year option, you only have him under contract 2 years. Now you have Caleb Williams for 5 years at a very affordable price if he ends up being a really good player. So the Bears want to and should draft Caleb Williams. Ideally, the Bears by now would have traded away Justin Fields, but there hasn't been a market for him. And I think it's pretty telling that a lot of NFL decision makers are like, Justin Fields, he can be had for an affordable price? Nah, we're good on Justin Fields. That goes to show you when they evaluate the quarterback, when they look at the tape, they look at the numbers, they don't think that he's worthy of a first-round pick, which is probably what the Bears' asking price was to begin with, or a second-round pick, and now you're looking at Fields maybe being available for a day 3 selection. And for Fields, he's looking across the entire NFL. And day by day, week by week, all of these NFL starting quarterback jobs have dried up. Minnesota Vikings, a potential destination. They signed Sam Darnold to a deal. 1 year, $10 million. Atlanta Falcons gave Kirk Cousins the bag. Pittsburgh Steelers signed Russell Wilson to the vet min, while the Denver Broncos are going to eat $38 million of that salary this upcoming season. So there are no quarterback jobs available now, starting-wise, for Justin Fields. So the question then becomes, do you want a talented backup quarterback behind Jalen Hurts to join what Howie Roseman deemed this organization to be as the quarterback factory? Now, on this roster right now, you have Tanner McKee. Hurts and McKee, the two quarterbacks under contract on this Eagles team right now. Marcus Mariota, who I think stinks, he signed with the Washington Commanders. But if Jalen Hurts went down, I like what Tanner McKee showed in the preseason. Can throw that sideline ball, back shoulder ball, timing, accuracy. He's big, solid arm strength, and made some plays out of structure. Those were good. But if Hurts went down, can Tanner McKee, with the team that's ready and equipped and built to win a Super Bowl, steer the ship? Now, is Justin Fields able to do that? My issue with Fields is that he's about a 60% completion percentage guy. It's wildly inaccurate. Can't really throw the short to intermediate ball with touch or accuracy. He has to zip it in there. Has a decent long ball. Year 1, year 2, year 3, he's gone from about 59% completion rate to 60 to 61. Touchdown interception ratio, never all that good. When I say the word dynamic, though, Justin Fields is dynamic. You can run a little RPO, and that's as evidenced by some of the running numbers. 2022, he was looking like Michael Vick. He ran for more than 1,100 yards. One of the only quarterbacks in NFL history, I believe, to do that. And in 2021, 2023, the rushing numbers were really impressive. Some of you might say, Chase, the coaching staff has been bad. The playmaking talent around him has been bad. Yeah, that's true. But the accuracy is the accuracy. And it's been bad, and that's probably why a lot of NFL evaluators, and that's probably why I gathered the information that I did at the Combine, that there's really not much of a market for him, because if you're having to give up a first or second round pick for a player who has clear deficiencies and weaknesses in his game, teams aren't budging. Now, if you can give up a day 3 pick and he could be the backup for Jalen Hurts, you could talk me into that. I don't really like the idea of having a quarterback controversy or a distraction behind Jalen Hurts. But for Fields, he might look at this as an organization to get him right, to increase his value a little bit, because the Bears are a poorly run organization. There's just no doubt about that. Cody Parkey, thank you for the double doink. Should the Eagles trade a day 2 or day 3 pick for Justin Fields? Why for yes and for no? Let me know. It's certainly an interesting conversation to have, and we like having thought-provoking conversations right here on Eagles Now. As I mentioned off the top, today's show is sponsored by 8 Sleep. Sleep to power a whole new you. The pod cover will improve your sleep by automatically adjusting your bed's temperature based on your individual needs. The cover can be added to any bed like a fitted sheet and allows you and your partner to cool or warm your side of the bed as low as 55 degrees and up to 110 degrees. In addition to keeping you at the perfect temperature all night, the pod also tracks your sleep and health metrics. On average, pod users see their sleep quality improve by 32% after just a month on the pod, and you can control everything by the power of your own phone. And as you can see, the device goes right next to your bed. So with the Pod 3 cover, 8sleep.com/chatsports, you get $200 off as well as free shipping on the pod cover by 8 Sleep. Invest in the rest that you deserve with the 8 Sleep pod. As you can see, that couple's getting comfortable in the sheets. You can as well. 8sleep.com/chatsports. We'll put that link down below in the comment section as well as in the description of this video. I haven't had a lot of time to sleep throughout this year. Super Bowl, NFL Combine, NFL free agency. But I do sleep well when I actually do get to sleep thanks to the pod cover. Let's talk Devin White. Is he the next free agency splash for Philadelphia here? And Howie Roseman has been busy. I like the moves that he's made. I think that these moves are financially savvy, as is normally the case with Howie. A lot of buzz that Howie Roseman could be targeting Devin White. I want to show you this Twitter account right here. Austin F. at Bad Take Fugees, I think is what it is. And you might look at that and say, come on, Chase. That's not Ian Rappaport. That's not Adam Schefter. Believe it or not, the receipts are there. Go check out his Twitter page. He has been right often. He has predicted a lot of things to be happening, and he's reported these things because he clearly has a good source or sources well before Rappaport, Schefter, Pelissero, Diana Rossini. And some of the things that he's reported, like C.J. Gardner-Johnson, hours before that news was made official. He also said Justin Simmons talking with the Titans. A little bit later, Diana Rossini, Titans, in on Justin Simmons. And what do you know? Devin White talking with the Philadelphia Eagles. That's very interesting. Josina Anderson, Eagles are still in the market / on the hunt for a linebacker one way or another. We were live yesterday talking about the James Palmer report because Albert Breer was like, just a reminder, teams don't sleep after day one. And then James Palmer, who is from the Philadelphia area, NFL Network, was like, yeah, Howie Roseman knows all about that. So the good that we've seen so far, as far as the investment strategy defensively, is that Howie, after the team going into last year was 31st and 32nd in investing into linebacker and safety, he invested in C.J. Gardner-Johnson, a 3-year deal worth up to $33 million. That would be $11 million average annual value. The bad, and I didn't like this, like Willie Gay signs with the Saints 1 year, $5 million. And Howie Roseman, for a quarterback, spy, Super Bowl champion, really good linebacker, can't even go 1 year, $5 million for Willie Gay. Now, Devin White would be more expensive. He's younger, he's fast, he's shown a lot of potential, team captain. I heard at the Combine he was sulking a lot last year. Writing was on the wall that he was not going to be retained by Tampa Bay after being a high draft pick a couple of years ago out of LSU, and because of that, he didn't get that long-term cash, and he was unhappy. The numbers here, 83 tackles, 5 TFLs, 2.5 sacks, 6 pass breakups, 2 picks. Not bad. But then you look at some of the Pro Football Focus numbers, and they were not that good, and some of the deep dive analytical numbers here. He allowed a completion rate of 71%. He gave up 346 yards. The good there is that he only gave up 1 touchdown in coverage. That's pretty solid. He had 6 pass breakups, allowed a quarterback rating of 82.3. The PFF grades, overall grade 46, run defense grade 30.8, pass rush grade 64.1, and coverage grade 56.9. He certainly had better seasons. I'd actually be intrigued to see how Vic Fangio could utilize him. And if I'm Devin White, opportunity to kind of get back on track, resurrect my career, because he was a top 5 pick, 5th overall selection in the 2019 draft. And as you can see, he can make plays against the quarterback, and he can make plays behind the backfield. 2020, that Super Bowl year, he was awesome. 140 tackles, 15 TFLs, 9 sacks. But then, the numbers have kind of waned since then. But it's all about potential with this type of player. But when you're in Todd Bowles' system and you're playing poorly, that's not great because that's a very friendly defensive player type of scheme. But I'm so intrigued by Devin White because he's still young. He's 26 years old, just turned 26 in February. A lot of these free agents that the Eagles are bringing in are still in their mid-20s or younger, and he is a real-life bullet train. At 237 pounds, coming out of LSU, he ran a 4.42 40-yard dash. To put that into context, right? Xavier Worthy just set the record for the fastest 40 in Indianapolis at the Combine, 4.21. He did that at under 170 pounds. Devin White ran a 4.42 in the low 4.4s at 237 pounds. So that is much heavier than Xavier Worthy, and I think Worthy checked in at 167 pounds. So let me just do some simple math here. 167 to 177, 87, 97, 07, 17, 27, 37. That's 70 pounds heavier? 70 pounds heavier. 70 pounds heavier than Xavier Worthy, and he ran a 4.42 40-yard dash. Again, I like to say this. I am not a math wizard at all, but I just did the finger counting there. Shout out to my elementary school teachers at Westtown Thornbury and Westchester, Pennsylvania. There you go. 70 pounds heavier than Xavier Worthy, and he ran a 4.42. This is a game wrecker, a guy who can just cause problems, wreak havoc, smash skulls from sideline to sideline. The Eagles have not had a linebacker this gifted since Jeremiah Trotter. So let's go Howie. I'm all in. And I'm interested to see what the figures would be, because linebackers, it's not like they're getting off-ball linebackers paid a lot of dough in free agency. Sign Devin White. If you want Devin White, I want you to hit that thumbs up icon, like the damn video, and we'll catch you soon live here on the show.